What's up? Today we're going to be taking a look at Haste. I'll give my insight on how I think he can best be used. We'll take a look at his kit, stats, and if you like this and you want to see more content like it, please comment below on what character you'd like to see next in the episode, and we can make it happen. Alright, so today we're going to be looking at Haste. Haste is an assassin that excels at dealing burst damage, be it one target of many, and keeping his team healthy. So let's go look at his kit. His skill 3 is a 60% chance to inflict 3 bleeding effects on 3 random targets. If there's less than 3 enemies, the skill 3 does more damage. So it does good damage for AoE as well as good damage for single target, which is really important to note. His skill 2 is his bread and butter though. Skill 2 has an unhealable effect, and this debuff will give your entire team life steal. Also, if the target is bleeding, it increases the recovery from the actual attack by 50%. His skill 1 is a bleeding effect. So overall, he has really good synergy with his own kit. So let's go look at him in a run and go talk about his strengths and weaknesses. So first for Haste strengths, he has really good AoE and single target damage. He brings really good sustain for attackers, especially single target burst DPS attackers, due to his skill 2's lifesteal. He's really good at golems due to you only really wanting to attack a single target and that lifesteal that we just mentioned, but he's really excellent in wyverns due to the fact that he applies so many debuffs. He has the highest non-defense ignore damage in the game if all skill 3 bleeds land on a single target, and that's due to bleeds having a 1.5 multiplier and the fact that he applies 3 for 2 turns, which results in a total of a 12.05 multiplier for his skill 3. And lastly, he has really high base speed. As for his weaknesses, he has extremely low base stats for an attacker, and he's hard to take advantage of in early game. So for artifacts on Haste, I'd really recommend Rihanna and Luciella. This is due to the fact that getting an extra turn can be really big on him, because he has relatively low cooldowns. Another artifact that's really good for Haste is Elia's knife. This is because being able to penetrate defense is insanely good on a damage dealer. And if you don't have any of those 4 or 5 star artifacts, then some artifacts to look at are Mighty Yaksha, which will increase your attack and defense when your health is above 50%, which is ideal on Haste because ideally you want him to be topped off on health. Exorcist Tonfa, which increases the damage he deals to targets who are above 50%, which is going to allow him to help burst that boss down. And the last one I recommend is Daydream Joker because it'll allow you to build a bit more survivability in his build, as well as if you build him full DPS, get that extra damage on those really tanky targets. So as far as gear on Haste, you really want to go attack, lifesteal, crit, or effectiveness. This is due to the fact that attack synergizes with his kit. The more damage you do, the more your lifesteal off of his skill 2. The lifesteal allow him to keep himself healthy, and he can be a really ideal farmer for you. The effectiveness allows him to land his bleeds, and more importantly, his vampiric mark. And the crit set allows him to do more damage. So for the right side of your stats, what you really want to look for is attack percent, crit chance, crit damage, effectiveness, and speed. I know that's a lot, but that's because Haste can be built in a variety of ways. It's really going to change depending on how good the substats on your equipment are. So I decided that for characters that don't have niche pairings, I'm just going to kind of generically list characters that will work well with them. So since Haste applies so many debuffs, any character that scales its damage off of the amount of debuffs applied to the enemy, as well as any character that has additional effects based on the amount of bleeds on the enemy, like Surin for example, will pair well with Haste. So that's all I got for you this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button, subscribe button, and follow me on Twitch. I'm streaming. You can come hang out with us, and I'll catch you guys later.